Alamin, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. I feel privileged to have you people today. This is a dream come true. I've been longing to have such things like this. So the reason why I say Alhamdulillah, upon arrival here, the condition that I made this school was really serious because security is my number one priority, which was the main problem as far as my arrival is concerned. That is last year. But by looking around, it was something that we were able to manage by what community participation. I was not the only guy who did it. The reason why I'm also saying Alhamdulillah, my first meeting here as PTA meeting with the parents, we look at the surrounding and we felt that we had so many problems. But I said to them, how can we help ourselves? Each and everybody, like you know the fullers, to pull out money is always a problem. But they told me that, well, can you suggest? I said, wow, I can suggest. Then if we want others to help us, we have to help ourselves first. Then how do we help? Alcalo was sitting, Imam was sitting. I say, let me show you an example. I took a hat or a box, a chalk sort of, where I just dip in my pocket and put there $100. Everybody follow suit. $100. Everybody follow suit. Then even the alcalde himself gave us 3,500 on that day. Guess what happened? At the end of the day, we were able to get 7,500. That gave us a start of this fencing. So the other challenges that we were facing was also water. If you can just look around there, it was the only main source that we had. But here, many a times you pass school and see teachers sitting outside, you would say, wow, they are not teaching. But that's not what is happening as far as Pakawanjogo is concerned. All our achievement, we got it through this tree where you are standing. That's why most of the times we are. Then I said to them, wow, how can we help ourselves as far as water is concerned? Then they start naming. There was this lady who came, who dug almost 5 wells, 5 boreholes for the village. I say, can you help me with the name of the individual? They say it's Ajifatu Seka. Ajifatu is somebody that we cannot just thank. We leave her with the entire assistance of God. Like this borehole that you are saying, I sat here, I communicate to her, I say, Fatu, I am a current principal at Pakawanjogo Basic Cycle, but this is my main constraint as of now is water. And I felt you can help us. She said, okay, I will see what to do. Then there was a time when she traveled, I called her, but those days things were not easy. One of the brothers was sick. He even have to tell me that, Juf, look, anytime I come, I will do things the way I want it. But then if you are looking for something, you need to be very patient. Then I was so patient. Then when she came, the Imam communicated to me that, well, she is brief. I called back to her. After 2 weeks, I also called back. He said, Juf, be rest assured that what I promised is coming. That's the borehole that you are seeing. This was also an older guy who did it. I'm talking of the advantages. So we also sat and said, by Modou Seka is a village here residing in the office, gave me also a 10,000 that is also contributed to this fence. I had my vice principal who is Asan Sise, 2 of his twin brothers also pledged us a $20,000. Our major problem again was toilet. If you can see at the far corner there, as we speak right now, when you go behind the toilets, that's where these children defecate and everything. But what cannot be held must be enjoyed. I have no mandate to stop the children from coming to school or asking them to stay away because of this. Life is all about management, where I also communicate to the parents that this is our problem. So they also acknowledge it and know that this is what is happening. But God so good. Last year, the president, when the president was to be here, he visited the village. I appealed so that I have the chance to talk, but that was not available. But I still keep patient. So this year, Action Aid, they are our partners in making. They also made a visit here where 3 of these ministers were in. And lucky I was that they met me on the ground. Then the first thing that I did, I took them to the toilet. They themselves, as I was even going towards there, I say, hold. They told me stop. I said, no, I want you people to get a correct picture of what is happening. They took pictures and we went around and they even come to see some of our teachers where they stay. When they came and tried find out that some of these where these teachers are, they were not happy. I told them this is why when you say just to go to the provinces, it's always a problem. But they felt that really we were not treated better. But nonetheless, if Allah is to help you, you must have to face challenges. And without challenges, there is no way that you can develop. Those challenges and those problems that we were living has earned us a lot. Guess what that is? With the intervention of AMRC, we just had on the 7th of January, if I am right, we were just sitting here. It was a surprise they called that they are coming to the school. And when they came, remember I told you that intervention, it had an impact because they don't only stop here, they even communicate to the president. Everybody was communicating with this is situation at Pakao Njogu, where they felt that immediate action need to be taken. And that action was taken. So here, as you see, we have just followed this thing on Thursday. They are giving us 12 classrooms, which we guess is going to be 2-story building, and 10 rooms for teachers' quarters, which is also going to be a comfort, and also 15 toilets. So this is why I say patient is very, very important. And this, without patient, we would not have get what we have got. But lucky we are now, we are able to get this to patient. On the side of teachers, you see, management is never easy. And any leader who is not patient, you cannot succeed in life. You know, when you look at yourself per se, you come to see, you realize something that is in you that you don't want to see. But can you remove it? You cannot remove it. Imagine now I am the principal. 21 teachers are working under me. Some are from Banjul, some Birkama, some Fuladu, some Nyomi, somewhere. Meaning what? Are they of the same attitude? Are they of the same characters? Are they of the same training? Which is always a challenge, a very serious challenge. Because some would just stand out and tell you, wow, it's not my job, I'm not ready to it, when actually you don't know what to do. But here, what I'm trying to inculcate to them is teamwork, where I can assure you here, and my vice principal is around and any other person, if not the SIG, nothing is in my hand. I spread all my wings so that each and everybody have a clue of what to be tomorrow. So I do face challenges, but then they are manageable. And without these challenges that I'm facing, the school will not succeed. Because where they are, everything is 100%, there's no progress. So, but I appreciate that those challenges that are coming, Allah is always with me to be able to cover with them. Even this week that I'm telling you, I am facing challenges that, you know, if I had just gone by the heart, things would have fallen apart. But who much is given, much is expected. On the side of the children, really, when you compare, I was in St. Teresa's since 2000 up to 2014-15. Then I think I know Combo very well. I was in Basse, I was in Fonyi, and I'm here also in Opanyomi here. When you look at students, when you average them, I really appreciate the way these people are. They are really doing well compared to the region here. I am telling you, if I am not the second best, I am the best. There is not 100%. We still have gaps to close. Come to the community. The community, we cannot pay them. What is your name again? Ami, here, you see, if you observe here, just in 10 minutes time or 30 minutes time, you will see all these things will be basin. Food is free, we don't pay anything. Food, we don't pay food, everything is free for us. So that alone is a plus. Two, they are very supportive, because all this money that I counted before, if they were not supportive, we would not have get it. So really, we are not 100%, but then we are also trying. But our other problem as we face right now, the most current one is furniture. Come early in the morning, 7 o'clock, just stand here. Students will come scrambling for chairs. It's a problem. The toilet, we cannot say much about it now because already the situation is remedied. But the furniture now, if there are any aid that can be done, we really appreciate. I would also thank my Region 3, because when we say MOPSI, it's all about education. But MOPSI also is represented by the regional Kerewan, Region 3, the director, and we also have our cluster monitor who is also overseeing these things. You know, I cannot do anything without their support. And sincerely speaking, they are very supportive. They are really doing what is expected of them. So I would seize this opportunity also to sincerely tell you in your presence that they are also doing what is expected of them as far as schooling is concerned.
Okay, people claim that before education was better, students were performing more good, students were more willing to learn, teachers were more ready to teach. But right now it's different. What do you think is the cause of that?
As people per se say that, well, common entrance, during common entrance people were working. But you can all attest to that as this interview is taking on. Those days when you are going to school, you are expecting that you are meeting your teacher and a lot is expected to you. When we say hot mental, everybody is prepared. But now, I would not say that this is our right. But in anything that you don't have that you have little control, you cannot achieve your target. This is why education yesterday and education today cannot be measured. Cannot be measured in the sense that children don't fear who the teacher is. Children, they don't fear who the parent is. And somebody just quoted to me day before yesterday that during their time, the alcalde for that matter, he said during their time, there is this man who will serve as a life police, who will go at night to observe these children. I mean, if I come to your compound today, tomorrow I come there to observe the children. It's my duty as a principal to know every compound here. I'm not going there for any other thing, but to know my children, how they live. That's what was happening. But I mean, if I come to your compound today, tomorrow, you start having problem with your husband. The perception is he is coming here for me. But those days, teachers were respected, but now they are not respected. Two, what was controlling has been removed. You know, poverty is a crime. And if I tell you the reality, it's all about poverty. Because you have been conditioned to accept what was helping you to be removed. So that's why, I mean, in a short, education yesterday, there was control. And education today, I'm not saying there is no control, but it's little. It's very, very little. So therefore, I am putting it to you that yesterday is far more better than today. And I mean, during those days, there were measures. At grade 3, you were able to write a letter. Now grade 12, you cannot write. And you were conditioned to. Now you cannot condition any child. Can life be the same? Huh? It cannot be the same. And this which you and I know of. If you compare the time you are going to school and your children now, is it the same, Ami? Is it? It's never the same. You were controlled. Now your children, you don't want them to be controlled. All that they will tell you, even when we give homework, you say, teacher, see, they know homework. Can it be that? So this is why education now, they are blaming the teachers, but we are not responsible. That I want to tell you. Thank you.
How best do you think we can remediate that situation?
There is no difficulty in life. I am happy that you have seen that education is going down, which I know, which you know, which you others know. You see, what belongs to all of us, there must be collective efforts. This problem is known to whole Gambian. We have to revive ourselves, come with a mechanism, because these children that we are marginalizing or that we are not giving fair treatment are going to be responsible tomorrow. And let me tell you this thing from management leadership. You have been communicated to any development of a country is entirely in the hands of teachers. Any failure of a country is also in the hands of the teachers. If they are giving what they are giving what they are supported in what they are supposed to do, there is no way that we will fail. So the challenges is that coming together that means let's have same focus, let's have a good desire for the children, and let's communicate with one voice. Then we are good to.
Mr. Sen, Yusuf Hassan, thank you very much for coming. Though I'm newly posted here, but at least starting from first term, at least I learned some experience here. Pakao Njogu, well, definitely the community, they are very welcoming, and also the kids are also determined. The only issue we have here is classroom issue. If you can see, classroom is a problem, and also seats are a problem. You can see down there, we almost separated the two level. That is the LBS and then the upper basic. And then thank God that MRC has come to our aids. Definitely, we are hoping that maybe here against next year, things will change. But as of now, things are very, very tough. We don't have enough classroom, and then also we don't have seats. You can see, in fact, our ACs where they are using now. We just make a temporal tent for them to be using for the meantime. Yeah, definitely. Apart from that, there is no problem. The community, they are welcoming, and also the kids, they are ready to learn. The only problem we have is classroom issue, and then some seating arrangement. That's the issue. And also, if you look at the textbook, it's another problem. You will go to a class, maybe 1 or 2 people have textbook. So we teachers will sacrifice to write on the board. All those are challenges that we are facing. But we wrote to regional office, and then we are hoping that maybe they will come to our aids. Yeah, I think that's what I have for the meantime. We are moving, but slowly. If you look at compared to other countries, we are somehow behind. You look at the area of textbook, because in fact, if you go to advanced countries, they are already do away with this textbook. But in fact, we are still struggling to have enough textbook. If you look at the area of maybe Senegal and then other countries, you go to their university, they are using these tablets and then this IT. But for us, it's a problem. Even to have textbook is a problem. So it means we are not yet ready to graduate from that system. So that is the issue, the perspective I can read from the education. Yeah. And then also you look at the area of the teachers also. Sometimes the motivations are somehow coming to that. Maybe here in our own situation, we don't have much feeder villages. I think we have only 2. That is Pakao Salum and then Kahel. And then, to be honest, those people, in fact, they mostly came before the native students, because they normally have vehicles that pass by. So mostly they normally join those vehicles to come. Maybe the only issue is the afternoon shift. Those are coming in the afternoon shift. I know maybe before they get back to their various destinations, it may take some time. Maybe it's going to be late. Yeah, maybe that's the only difficulties I think it will be.
What areas do you think we need improvement on when it comes to our education?
Education, I think in terms of the accessibility, that one I think is fine, because nowadays it's very hard to move more than 2 kilometers without having a school. But the quality is lacking. The quality. I know we already achieved the accessibility, but the quality is lacking. And then the quality has to start from the teachers. Yes. And then nowadays, we all know Gambia College, you need to pay. Yes. As I'm talking to you, I finished my advanced diploma primary. I can say August. Still now I have my attestation. So it means that one is somehow demotivating the teachers. Okay? And then how many people have the chance, have the scholars, have the how to call it again, the acceptance, but to have the sponsor is a problem. So I think if we talk of quality education, it starts with the teachers, capacity building. And sometimes you can be in the system for so long, and then to have this capacity training is a problem. And then all those things are ways in which it improves the education, especially quality education.
I mean, yourself particularly, what inspired you to become a teacher?
Yeah, for me, since at the early stage, I like to interact with the kids. And then if you want to interact with the kids, I think then be a teacher is a way. So definitely for me, I choose teacher as my profession, not a stepping stone, to be honest. Yeah. This is why sometimes I may feel otherwise, but when I see the kids, I feel comfortable. Yeah, definitely. But to be honest, the minister, she is trying, though she is newly appointed, but her starting is very good, because I think the first thing she did is to have a tour where she can familiarize herself with the school system, which is a good initiative. And then the message I have for her is to get in contact with the teachers so that they can know their pains and their other issues. And then also let them motivate the teachers. Motivate them in which sense? Provide scholarship for them to go and further. because education is dynamic. So you cannot finish your, let's say, PTC since 2000 and you are still sitting. The world is moving. So if the world is moving, you have to move with the world. Okay? So my message to her is, though she is trying at the starting stage, okay, but let her redouble her effort to make sure that there is enough scholarship for teachers to go and then further their education. I think that is the message I have for her, and also to make sure that at least sometime also like the textbook, it came late. Because I heard that the textbooks are available in the country, but still now we are yet to receive ours. So I am suggesting for the minister to make sure that before school open, make sure everything is intact. Sometimes school can open 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then to have in fact registers and other things is a problem. So I'm appealing to her to make sure that whenever school close, before opening, registers, all the materials we need to start up should be in place before we open. Yeah, that's the message I have for her, and then I wish her progress in her new appointment.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Modou Jallow. It's a very nice community. All right. People are very hardworking, and then they really love education. Okay, they really love education, and then with regards to supporting teachers, although we have quotas here, but when it comes to feeding issue, it is never a problem here. Now, sometimes, we normally have our lunch after 5. But if you come here lunchtime, you will think that the whole village have brought lunch for us. So definitely, we want to thank the community for that. And then definitely, they are very cooperative. Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you encounter as a teacher here in Pakamjo?
Okay. The challenges are not that much. As you can see, if you look at the school environment, structures is a challenge. As you can see, just yesterday, some of the buildings were demolished. But thanks to MRC Holland, they are coming to intervene, and then they have promised to erect 10 classrooms, 12 toilets, and then a new staff quarters, about 10 rooms. Yeah. The only area that I want to talk about is like the spirit of common entrance. Before, we used to have common entrance, and that at that time, it leads to students to compete a lot among themselves. But with this mass promotion, my colleagues has already buttressed on that. It is not helping at all. If I knew that whether I pass or not, all right, I'll be promoted, I will not make efforts to read. Okay, but if I want to recommend the issue of common entrance being brought back to schools. Okay, when common entrance is brought back to schools, you'll come to realize that things are going to change. Students are going to read. It will force them to read. Because I remember when I was going to then secondary 4th, all right, we have entrance exams, and there's a cut-off mark. If you don't have that mark, you have to repeat. Your parents will not allow you to go because you don't have the required mark. Okay, so I think the spirit of common entrance is very, very important. That government should revise the policies of education. Yes, this will help students to compete among themselves, and then have good marks to transit to other, even tertiary institutions. It's very important. Now look at the situation of the Gambia College right now. Before, I remember when I was doing my PTC and HTC, there was scholarship. But with the introduction of this payment of tuition fees, it is hindering education a lot. Yes.
Do you think some parents contribute to some students failing their education, madam, or not having good marks in class?
Yeah, okay. Sometimes, partly, okay, because like the situation here, parents definitely are encouraging their kids in school. But the only obstacle sometimes, the amount of work they are given sometimes affects the children. Okay, if the amount of work they are given is much, all right, by the time they go to the farm and come back, they are tired. Even to have time for their books would be a problem. Okay, that mom is a hindrance to it results their education definitely.
So what advice do you have for those parents?
Well, for the parents, they are trying very well, but let them give chance to the students, all right, to be studying their books at home. Too much of work, like I said, may affect their studies. They may not have the chance to study. But if they are given the chance, at least they can improve very well. Yes.
My name is Daddy Sow. I'm the field officer for this area, that is Pakao Njogu Basic Cycle School, Pakao Salum LBS, and Kerdemba Hole. These are the 3 schools I'm overseeing. That is, MIS is a project called Mainstreaming of Effective Intervention Strategies in Schools. So we started this year, and it's a 3-year pilot project. So right now we are going over to monitor, supervise, coach, and support the teachers in order to teach effectively for the grade 1s, because we see already that foundational learning is very key. While educational system is good at the lower level, that is grade 1 to grade 3, then you expect the child to move when the child reaches at the higher level. But if the foundation is not prepared, is not good, you don't expect the child to perform very good when it comes to high school or tertiary institutions. So that is why foundational learning is very key, and that is why we are all working hand in glove to ensure that the children, those who are in grade 1 to grade 3, have a very quality education.
So how has the work been with the teachers and the students? How is their cooperation like?
We read it together. There are challenges, we discuss it. Then during break time, we also discuss the previous lessons. Then the 5th day, I go to Pakal Salum also to oversee the children and the teachers. So definitely they are cooperative. The children also, some of them have challenges because attendance sometimes is a challenge. Like we have programs like wedding ceremonies, naming ceremonies, or these ZRS. Some of them, normally when they are going out, they need to carry some of their children. And then for us, our lesson and our worksheets, everything is prepared and numbered. And whatever you are going to teach in a day or for the week, everything is prepared. So whether the child is present or not present, you have to teach what you are supposed to teach. So if the particular child is absent, normally it's a challenge for you, the teacher, because when the child comes back, you need to support the child in order to be online with the other children. So that one also is a challenge. Some of the challenges are, like you have slow learners among them. Some of them will be struggling in writing, using the correct letter formation. Some of them will be struggling with letter name, letter sound, blending, and so on. But definitely they are trying, because it's never easy at the beginning. But teachers are struggling, children are struggling, so that at the end of the day, everything will be fine, so that the children will be able to read and write, and they will be able to do maths, sums.
What are some of the improvements that you think we need in our educational system?
Definitely, according to my previous colleagues mentioned, for this MIS project, everything, all the teaching and learning materials are being prepared, they are printed, they are ready for use. But if you go to the conventional schools, like textbooks or other materials are lacking, and that one, it hinders some of the teaching and learning. So with the MIS project, all the materials we need have been provided. It's only some of the words or letter cards or hand cards that need to be prepared. And normally we are giving vanguards, we are giving enough markers, we are giving enough colors to prepare those ones. So we don't need to prepare lesson plan, not scheme, because everything is prepared and is ready. So the only thing is for you to go through the lesson plan at home, prepare the materials you need are already mentioned. So if they are not available, you prepare them as a teacher and then come ready and deliver to expectation.